All right, thank you guys. First of all, before I start this video, I want to say thank you for your likes, thank you for your comments, thank you for your subscription. You are absolutely more than appreciated. Okay? So today let's talk about Nigeria. Over the years, I have had series of conversations. I have had series of arguments and debates with some of my friends about Nigeria. And at this point, I have come to certain conclusions. And until something dramatic, until something extraordinary happens, for me, these conclusions will remain. Now, before you overreact, you look at the headline, you overreact. I urge you to listen to this video to the very end, and I urge you to have an open mind. Because part of the reason we cannot get it right is that people have entrenched views and they are too rigid in their positions, and they hardly consider the other side. So I encourage you to do something that you probably have not done before, which is have an open mind and think about some of the questions that I will ask you, and listen to this video to the very end. One of the reasons I strongly believe that we will never see a good Nigeria in our lifetime is lack of reaction. About 3 days ago, there was a quote from the former governor of Rivers State. This man is the ex-transportation minister of Nigeria. He said, and I quote, he said, in Nigeria, nothing bothers you. I'm quoting him now. He said, you can kill a man's mother and his children who continue to move on. He said, you can line up 10 Nigerians and shoot them and nothing will happen. He concluded by saying, in our place in Nigeria, you say nothing, hear nothing, and do nothing. Question for you: how can a people who have absolutely no reaction to anything get it right? Election is rigged, no reaction. People die like flies, no reaction. Corruption is endemic, no reaction. Again, I ask you, how can people who find excuses for literally everything get it right? You know, one of the misconceptions back home is that for somehow, some reason, God is going to fix Nigeria. I got bad news for you. I've never seen a country that was fixed or built by God. It doesn't exist. Until things that begin to make people upset, get us enraged, get us infuriated, we agitate, nothing will change. There's someone in America, his name is Dr. Martin Luther King. He said, an oppressor can never give up power until the oppressed show some level of agitation. Our people are willing to make excuses for anything. Let that sink in. This is coming from the ex-governor who is saying that nothing but as you and I. Number 2, religion. Before I delve into this, it's imperative that we make a distinction between having a personal relationship with God and being religious. A lot of people confuse the two. They are very distinct. An average Nigerian has convinced himself that as long as you pray like me, you put on the same religious attire like me, when you get into power, you are more likely to favor me. That is a lie from the pit of hell. I'll give you an example. Nigeria has been ruled the most by the people from the north. And these are people who are predominantly Muslims. How come their people are the most impoverished in the whole of Nigeria? Again, I'm asking you a very simple question. Someone once said, if you truly want to calibrate what people know, ask them fundamental questions. If religion means you will help me, how come we have been predominantly ruled by the north, where the people are mostly Muslims, but yet they are the most impoverished in Nigeria? You need to start thinking. And that brings us to the elephant in the room, tribalism. If I come to run for political office right now in Nigeria, the first thing they are going to look at is, where does he come from? They do not care about the body of work that I have done. They do not care about my resume. The first thing that they are going to ask is, where does he come from? An average Nigerian has convinced himself that as long as the politician or the leader comes from my area, he is likely to favor me. Again, lies from the pit of hell. There's a funny trend going on online right now. If you say that the current administration of Nigeria is bad, you are likely coming from the East. If you say that the current condition in Nigeria is good, you are likely a Yoruba man. Why is that? So until we begin to elect people on the basis of competence, just like you get into a plane, the first thing you ask is not where the pilot is from. Subconsciously, you believe that he is competent enough to get you to your final destination. But we are willing to hand the keys of 215 or 210 million people to somebody on the basis of tribalism. The same thing applies to religion. I have bad news for you, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You can pray from now till the coming of Jesus Christ. But until you jettison your religious sentiments and throw away your tribalism and look at issues purely on the basis of competence, we are going to continue to wallow in penury. When I was young, we used to get upset and say, why did our parents not fight? Why did they have to bequeath to us failure, bad government? But right now, unfortunately, tragically, you and I are also at the cusp of bequeathing to the generation yet to come the same failure handed to us by our parents. Now, depending on who you talk to, there are many factors for which Nigeria can get it right. But for me, these are the three bases. So thank you for watching. I just need you to think. Walk with me through the corridors of understanding. Just allow yourself a moment of critical thinking. Challenge what you have always been told. If growth, if employment, if jobs are contingent upon religion, at every corner we have ministry of God have mercy on us. Why are we not thriving if it's based on religion? If it's based on tribalism, how much has your life improved since someone from your tribe became president? Just think. Do me a favor. Allow yourself a moment of critical thinking. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share the video. In my next video, I'm going to prove to you that the problem in Nigeria is not leadership, it's the citizen. Thank you.